Here we're going to have some fun with REVIT pipes, in particular drain, waste, and vent piping. One of many new exciting videos that are coming out for our new membership group that we're developing a whole bunch of videos for. So this is just kind of a bit of a sampling of what's to come. And kind of a quick video. I think most of the newer stuff will slow it down, but this is kind of a nice demonstration of some of the stuff that's coming up. So we're going to say new project, and I'm going to go into here in this sample drain, waste, and vent piping, and I'm going to use this system template. And this is important because that's going to come preloaded with a bunch of families in REVIT. So I'm going to quickly take a look at that and then draw some pipes. So in my browser, I'm just going to close my electrical and close my HVAC. I'm going to open up my plumbing view here. I'm going to close this view and open up my 3D view. And then I'm going to type WT for tile views or tile your views, WT, and then ZA zoom all. Get that kind of set up. Now I'm going to point out down in here under families, ducts as well as pipes, but we're talking about pipes here now, and we have pipe fittings, which are all your elbows and T's and reducers and stuff, and then you have the pipes. Okay, and the pipes, what we do with the pipes is we map these fitting types using routing preferences. So in this case we have 3 pipe types, and you can right click and duplicate and make new ones. But if I double click on any one of these, I can go into here and I can see all 3 of them in here. But you look in here under routing preferences, and in here you map the different pipe fittings for that particular system, pipe type, and then you pick on this list and you pick whatever type of elbow you want from that loaded elbow. You can also pick here and say sizes, and we'll see with the chilled one where you can say up to this size, use this one, and then you can hit the plus and add another one for sizes above that. So you can create breakpoints where use this elbow up to this size, and then above that size use a different family by using this tool in here. And you can see that with the chilled ones. So preferred junction type, whether it's a T or a tap, which would be an OLED for a tap. And then if you say T, you have to pick the T type in here, right? So these families are the ones that we saw earlier in that family fitting type. So what you do in this particular pipe type is you map all your fittings to specific families, and then you save it, and that's that pipe system. So as an example here, if we look at the chilled water and we go into here, we'll see a little bigger example of, well, use this type of copper pipe up to 2.5 inches, and above that use this carbon steel pipe. When you draw with this, when you use this, it'll literally have breakpoints. Same, and then with elbows, it'll use this generic, and then the welded elbow above the 3, which would be your carbon steel, and the generic one is the copper one. So this is split between, you know, the breakpoint is at 2.5 inches where your parts and materials change. So there's an example of that, and that's where you go in here and you hit the plus and minus and move them up and down. So you can organize and reorganize these breakpoints. Once they're defined, you can then draw with them. So over here, knowing that, I'm going to use the DWV one, PVC, and I'm just going to draw some pipes quickly as an example. So I'm going to go to System and then Pipe. And now, oops. Escape. Just before I draw, I want to go VV, Victor here, and I want to point out that there's a filter in here that has hydronic turned off because I'm in a plumbing view, right? So just in case you put it on the wrong service type, turn that on in this floor plan, because I'm in this view over here. It has hydronic piping turned off. That would have turned it back on. Next thing I want to do is I just want to drop my view range in this view a bit lower. I'm going to say level below, because I'm going to draw my pipe at, you know, -2 feet. Okay, so I think I'm okay. Let me set my fine detail on both of these views. I'm finally ready to draw a pipe. Here we go. On the System tab, Pipe. And I'm going to check my service type over here. And it is, in fact, putting it on hydronic. So let's put it on sanitary. Lots of dials to check. 4-inch, I'm okay with that. 9 feet, no, I want -2. Okay, then I'm going to go over to here and say pitching up at 1/8 of an inch. And now I can pick a point and start to draw. So I can zoom in, pitching up. You'll see the pipe down in here. So I don't have to go very far. I can click. And then I'm going to change this number to say, 25. I don't have to say feet, just say 25, and it'll change it to feet. And then I can hit apply and apply. And then escape. And that kind of does my pipe with my vertical stack in there. And that does not look like a PVC. That's a generic elbow. That is not a PVC elbow. Let me check this. This is my, oh, look, it went on to standard pipes. There you go. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So what am I going to do? Well, let's fix that right here on the spot. Let's just grab it. And then, no, let's take these. Okay, my own mistake, but that's okay. It's easy to fix. Pick just the pipes and change them to PVC. Click out. And then grab the elbow. Change the elbow to be my PVC Sked 40. There you go. So a little bit of repair work, my mistake. So the next time I want to draw a pipe, I should make sure that this doesn't say standard. I meant to say PVC. So now I've done that, and I want to pull a branch off of here. So what I want to do, this is where your left hand is over the escape and the space bar. Watch. I'm going to pick on here, and I'm at 25 feet. Hit the space bar. Boom. That's going to inherit that elevation here. Now I can come straight off of there, pitching up, okay, like this, and off I go, click, hit escape. Okay, if I change my size, it'll put a reducer in there for me. So do the same thing, pick on here, hit the space bar, boom, always hit the space bar. Okay, then change my size change the size after you hit the space bar, click, and now I'm pitching up. Okay, and it's putting in that santee over there. Now, a little further down here, maybe I'm up at 4 feet. Right? So now I want to pitch down, not up. Because I'm going to come into the pipe. So I'm pitching down, over, right? And then maybe just snap to there. See what it's doing over here? Okay. Or maybe I'm underneath it. Let's go at -4 feet. So I'm coming in under the pipe now. I'm at -4 feet, pitching. In this case, it would have to be pitching up. Okay, and it's going to put that in over here. Hit escape. So your fittings, etc., are going to go in. This is just a little teaser of a sampler of the fact that it's going to put those components in for you and route them. And in the beginning, I put them in the wrong system, so I had to go change them. When you change them, you have to do the pipes separately from the fittings. It's a bit of a chore, so I would have almost wanted to redraw that. So just a little, I will go SD on the keyboard, shaded mode, sampling of some of the cool stuff we're going to talk about in great detail with our pipes and our ductwork and our conduit and our cable tray.